All right, everybody, we're going to get underway. We have one more hour to go this evening, which is going to be our Filipino martial arts section. And again, I'm Bryan Stoops. Thank you for joining me on this special Thursday session, our second to last block of hours before the final 4 hours of the 100, which again will be 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday. And that would be July 18th. Again, super quick, and I know the people who've been here the whole time have heard this before, but for the benefit of everybody who might watch separate videos, tomorrow I am doing a special 2-hour workshop on stick fighting at the hosting of Pekiti Tirsia Kali, specifically hosted by Agalan Jade Gaje, who is the daughter of Grand Tuhon Leo Gaje, the head of the system. And Agalan Jade has really, her leadership for America and Canada lately for Pekiti Tirsia, really taking the art in some excellent directions. So let's bow in real quickly, and then we'll get to it, okay? So Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese, and one more time, I know several people, you've heard this before, beyond these free 100 hours of classes, if anybody would like to formalize your training relationship with me, please go to stoopsomalc.com for all the information. We're going to start with a long weapon and a short weapon today. So it could be a stick and a dagger, a sword and a dagger, a stick and a short stick, a sword and a short sword. Any of that will work. So just come back ready to train with a long and a short. Beautiful. Okay, and again, I always like to just give kind of multiple points of view, things to think about for practitioners of all levels. I teach this material in my kids program, but in my kids program, this, which is obviously a dagger, or at least a trainer, plastic trainer for a dagger, this is supposed to represent a short stick. Because the third area of Inosanto La Costa, which is my main Filipino martial arts system, even though I love all the systems seriously that I teach and that I'm involved with, the third area is long and short, not specifically espada y daga, not specifically stick and dagger, bastoni daga, it's long and short. So in the kids program, they learn this material, and then if they stay around long enough, they understand that, you know, they might hold this like this in the kids program and it represents a dagger. And then when they get, a short stick. And then when they get old enough, they're holding it like this and it represents a dagger. Okay, so we're going to be in this backhand chambered position where I have the long weapon in my right hand, my dominant hand, my short weapon in the left hand. And just all I want you to do is go palm up with your left hand, and you're pointing, yeah, the business end, that looks great, of the short weapon. Even if it were stick, you just be pointing the, one of the ends at your opponent, okay? We have just this backhand watik, hit and retract, as our foundation for this first series that we're going to spend a little bit of time on this evening. Okay, so this all comes from the backhand series, which we normally learn in just single stick, but I haven't done long and short for a while, so I want to spend a little time here. So the first thing would be, if all of you hold that position, if I'm your feeder, and I know obviously we can't make contact, as I give you the first 5 angles, you would backhand my hand and just retract that stick. That's it. So as I give you angle 2, you'd hit my hand. As I give you angle 3, you'd hit my hand. As I give you angle 4, you backhand watik. And as I give you angle 5, you'd hit and retract. That's it. And no matter what changes you're making for elevation, just keep coming back to this backhand chamber position, right? So even doesn't matter where, you know, because I could give you any angle from, you know, any numbering system, and you just change for elevation, try to pick it off, okay? So just the backhand destruction is the first variable. Now we're going to have a whole system of follow-ups. So backhand, make the X. So backhand, bring it back. Always go back to this home base backhand chamber position, and then 2 diagonal lines. Okay, so very good. So, and the most, that looks great. Most common mistake that people make is they'll backhand, they'll open, and then they'll make 2, and then you're on the wrong side. So just always remember, go back to this home base backhand chambered position before you do anything, okay? So that's the first follow-up. So I'm not going to give you total 5 reps total, but imagine you backhand destroy my angle 1, and then you hit me with that X, right? That's your follow-up. Nice. You backhand destroy my angle 2, and then you follow up with that X, right? Somewhere on my body. And then one more. You destroy my angle 3, and you follow up with that X. Excellent, okay? And, you know, real quick, I've just found there are certain drills, of course, while we'd all prefer to be together in a traditional face-to-face environment, you can kind of train them somewhat adequately through the technology. So the X is the first follow-up. Second follow-up, we backhand and redondo. So it's this big circle. I go right down 12 o'clock, and I just let that go through, right? So my expression is, that's nice. A redondo is just a big circle of destruction. That's it. So you backhand whatever angle, and then your follow-up would be that redondo to whatever you can get. My head, my face, my hand, and so on, all right? I don't see anybody here making this error, but just so it's on video and explicit, the #1 mistake people make with redondos is they twirl. See how I'm twirling? That's not a redondo. That's a twirl. A redondo is a strike, big old strike that just takes out whatever is in its path, okay? So just super quick, even though I know everybody gets it, if you're in your backhand chamber position, if you destroy my 1, you would redondo as your follow-up. That's the next, nice. Destroy my 2, make your redondo as the follow-up, and then we'll just do 3. Destroy my 3, make your redondo as the follow-up. Very nice. Okay, so let's layer on to what we've learned a little bit, and let's start to involve eventually here both weapons. So let's get the 4 count down. So the 4 count is going to be 4 beats with the long weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's temple, toe smash, chin, temple. It's their right temple technically. Temple, toe smash, chin, temple. So you freeze 1, go right into 2, lift back up for 3, flip, and hit 4, and then go back, yeah, to your home base position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 count. So technically beat 1 and beat 4 have the same targets, which is the right temple, right? So temple, toe smash, chin, temple. When this was first taught to me, I'll show you profile. We did it by lifting. We'd actually lift our rear leg off the ground to really let you come into that lean for the toe smash a little faster. You don't, years later, almost nobody at the academy was doing that. It was all just staying flat-footed, but you can play with that and just sort of see how that assists you in making that toe smash quickly. So everybody just play with that for a moment. 4 count. And so where we want to go from here, we want to have the ability to do any of our backhand follow-ups into the 4 count. So what I want everybody to play with right now, backhand destruction, 4 count, backhand destruction to the X, 4 count, backhand destruction to the redondo, 4 count, right? So again, just the destruction to the 4 count. And don't let the destruction be the first beat of your 4 count, please. Destroy the hand on the imaginary angle, bring it back, make the whole 4 count. And then destroy the hand, make the X, 4 count. Destroy the hand, make the redondo, 4 count. So just make sure you have that, just the destruction by itself to the 4 count, the destruction to the X to the 4 count, the destruction to the redondo to the 4 count. So let me demo those again. Just the destruction, and then I make all 4 beats of my 4 count. Destruction to the X to my 4 count. Destruction to, the redondo to the 4 count. Okay, so just make sure we have that as a modality. Just the destruction, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of the 4 count. Destruction followed by the X to 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of the 4 count. Go ahead. Destruction to the redondo to 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of the 4 count. So just make sure you have those basics, and we're going to add a little more on. This is going to be a really comprehensive system of long and short for you. But I want to make sure you have everything that you need. Good. Play with that for one more moment. Nice. Okay, looks pretty good. Let's add, please, let's add 2 more follow-ups after your destruction. Then this should not be all that hard for you. Destroy, you already know how to do that. X to the redondo. So just combine 2 of the tools. So backhand watik, whatever angle comes in, make the X, and then the redondo. So 3 beats of follow-up. 1, 2, 3. So just play with a few reps of that. Destruction to the X to the redondo. Good. Nice. Very good. Now try this for me. Destroy X to the redondo to your 4 count. Just play with that. Destruction, make the X to the redondo, go right in to your 4 count. Remember that 4 count starts and stops. Everything starts and stops, nice, in this home base position, right? This backhand chamber, let's just call this home base. So I start in home base, I destroy the hand as the person is, trying to attack me. I hit their hand, come back to home base, make my X into my redondo. I'm still in home base. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I return to where I started. Nice. Okay, and then the next one is just to reverse the follow-ups. Destroy the hand, make the redondo to the X. Destroy the hand, make the redondo to the X. So the one we just added was X to the redondo. This one is redondo to the X. Always backhand destruction of whatever angle they're trying to hit you with. Redondo to the X. So take a few reps of that. Make sure you have that. Destroy to redondo to X. Looking good. And no matter what pace you have to go at, try destroy redondo to the X and 4 count. If you just think about them as combining things that you know and you don't get worried about going as fast as possible, I mean, if you can go crazy fast, that's cool, and I respect that and great. But honestly, all of my students anywhere in the world, I'd rather that you have it smooth. Even if it's not incredibly fast, like that's more important to me, that you could go destroy, redondo, X, 4 count. And it's smooth and clean and all the pieces are there. Because if you can do it that way, it's just practice, and then you'll be able to blitz it later. But I like to say, if you can't do it smooth, you're never going to have authentic speed. You probably have fake speed. Do you know it? Yeah, I know it. Right? And it doesn't look so great, right? Do you know backhand to redondo to X to 4 count? Yeah, I know it. There, right there. That was it. Okay. I mean, I guess, but I'm not saying you have to do it in slow motion, but I'd rather that you can do the thing smooth with good control at a good pace. To me, that's more important than trying to blitz it. Because if you can do it smooth, you'll be able to do it fast later, authentically, not that kind of faked, like trying to sneak it by and gratify the ego version. Okay, so now let's add the 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm in a right lead. I start in a right lead in my home base. I make a backhand redondo with my long weapon. Right as it finishes, I step in and I hit this kind of downward diagonal thrust with my short weapon for beat 2. I make a backhand diagonal for beat 3. I backhand thrust the short weapon for beat 4. And then I just step back and hit diagonal and stop where I started for beat 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want the footwork the way it's supposed to be. No footwork on 1 until you move into 2. No footwork on 3, no footwork on 4. Step back into a right lead on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So smooth that out, play with that. That's your 5 count in long and short. Some other options, the way that I just showed you is the way it was originally taught to me. Years later, I had a couple of students who were training with multiple FMA instructors, which is never a problem. I always encourage that. They were doing their short weapon as slashes though. /2, /4. So from the side, it looks like this, right? Forehand diagonal slash for the second beat, backhand diagonal slash for the 4th beat, and then everything else is the same. I just thought that was cool. I never asked them where they learned that from or what instructor. Not that that's a huge leap, but we always did it the way that I showed you initially. at the Inosanto Academy. So, I mean, I probably should have thought of that myself, but I didn't. Had some students that saw it. Or maybe they came up with it. I don't know. But that's another way you can do it. You can also, I mean, mix. Like you could have a thrust on 2, a slash on 4, or a slash on 2, a backhand thrust on 4. It's whatever feels good, as long as you get the 5 count down. And our goal is for you to feel like the 4 count and the 5 count are one technique, where I just say, okay, 4 count. You go, all right, yeah, I know the 4 count. That was a 4 count. And then later I say, okay, 5 count. You go, okay, that's the 5 count. I know that. Okay, that's where we want to get. So let's play with this for a moment. I'll kind of describe this and demo this, and then let everybody attempt this while it's getting dark in here. I'm gonna go turn a light on in a moment. But here's what I'd like you to play with. Just the destruction to the 5 count. The destruction to the X to the 5 count. The destruction to the redondo to the 5 count. The destruction X to the redondo to the 5 count. And the destruction redondo to the X to the 5 count. So take all the variations that we just learned and do them just to the 5 count. Just destruction, 5 count. Destruction X, 5 count. Destruction redondo, 5 count. Destruction X to the redondo, 5 count. Destruction redondo to the X to the 5 count. Try that. Even if you don't get all of them, if you get 1 or 2, it's great. I'll be right back on screen in a moment. Okay, so the other thing that we should play with, because we didn't have this yet, destruction X to the redondo to the 4 count. Thank you. Sorry, you heard me slurp, pardon me. So destruction, we only had the first 3, and we were doing those to the 4 count. And we added X to redondo, so we should also have destruction redondo to the X to just the 4 count. So we have everything to just the 4 count and everything to just the 5 count, right? So destruction to just the 4 count. Destruction to the 5 count. Destruction X to the 4 count. Destruction X to the 5 count. Destruction redondo to the 4 count. Destruction redondo to the 5 count. Destruction X to redondo to the 4 count. Destruction X to the redondo to the 5 count. Destruction redondo to the X to the 4 count. Destruction redondo to the X to the 5 count. These are, we're being really methodical about this, but in this way, we're making sure we have everything. Okay, so Everybody looks good. So let's add and finish all of this, okay? So 2 more follow-ups, and that's it for the whole family of drills. Destroy, you already know that. Flip to 12 o'clock, X. 1, 2, 3. 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Vertical flip to X. 1, 2, 3. Destroy, 3 beats of follow-up. Destroy, destroy, 1, 2, 3. Vertical flip to the face or the top of the head, X. Called kilot, K-I-L-A-T, kilot. Those 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, kilot. Kilot means lightning because after you destroy the hand, that should kind of be like a blitz of follow-up. Despite everything I just said about going too fast. That's the idea. If you can't blitz it, I'd rather that you make it clean and then work on the speed over time. So that's the kilot, K-I-L-A-T, kilot. Again, means lightning. So we want to play with destroy, kilot, 4 count. Destroy, kilot, 5 count. Make sure that we have those. Get a few reps of the kilot. Get it down. I like to work it with the destruction because you're going to always aim for that hand. Long range, right? Follow up with the kilot. Okay. Then destroy, kilot, 4 count. Just take a few reps. Stay with that. Make sure you have it. When you have that, destroy, kilot, 5 count. Destroy, kilot, 5 count. Work on that. I'll be right back with you. I need 30 seconds. Okay, very nice. Let's finish. You have 7 follow-ups in what's called the backhand series. Let's review everything so we really internalize this, okay? Just the destruction. Just make these with me. Destruction to the X. Second one. Destruction to the redondo. It's the third one. Destruction X to the redondo. It's the fourth one. Destruction redondo to the X is the fifth one. Destruction kilot is the sixth one. Okay. 7th and final variable for the backhand series, and then we're going to plug everything together and have a really comprehensive largo or long range system for long and short. Okay. Split the Kuian, K-U-I-A-N, Kuian. And I keep forgetting what it means, and I keep forgetting to ask my seniors where that term came from, and I've been forgetting for a couple of months now. So I'll dig into that and figure it out. You know you're going to backhand destroy. That's not even a question. Okay, so this first beat is I'm looping like I'm hitting their left clavicle. So that's a really deceptive shot because you're hitting really what is like this angle normally, forehand diagonal, but you're hitting that from that closed position. So that's the first beat is that, pardon me, you loop this angle 1 towards their clavicle. Beat 2, you come down the angle 2 line and you open. So 1, 2. Beat 3, you come back up that line. And then beat 4, vertical redondo the usual way, right down 12 o'clock. So the most common mistake that people make with this is they think beat 1 and beat 4 are the same, and that is not correct. Beat 1 loops that angle 1 line. Beat 2 goes down the 2 line and opens. Beat 3 comes back up that line. And beat 4 is a true vertical redondo right down 12 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Loop it down the line, up the line, vertical redondo. That's usually the way I coach it. Loop it down the line, up the line, vertical redondo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Loop it down the line, up the line, vertical redondo. Okay. Now the thing that's hard about split the Hawaiian is it's a 4-beat combo, and you might still be struggling with it. But what we want to be able to do with it, and I'll do this super slow so we can all do it together, and so you can get it. Destroy the hand, loop the first beat, down the second beat, the line, up the line for the third beat, vertical redondo for the fourth beat, make your 4 count. Okay, so split the Hawaiian to 4 count. Now, destroy the hand, loop it, down the line, up the line, vertical redondo, make your 5 count. Good. So let's slow review everything that we have, and then we're ready for the final component of this kind of multi-level family of drills. And then we're going to add an element that I'm only going to be able to show you in the air. Rob and Karen might actually be able to do it, but it'll still be beneficial for everybody, okay? Which is a partner drill, but we'll get there. Okay, so everybody, let's review everything we have. Yeah, backhand series. Just the destruction. Destruction to X. Destruction to redondo. It's the third one. Destruction X to the redondo. Destruction redondo to the X. Okay, next one we're going to do kilot. Remember, flip to X, so we destroy, flip to 12, make the X. Those 3 beats, 1, 2, 3. That's the kilot. And then we're going to try our split the Hawaiian, but let's do a hand destruction. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of split the Hawaiian. Now, what we want to be able to do is all 7 of those to just the 4 count as the first modality. But I don't want to do all of them again. Let's just do the last 4, okay? So follow me nice and slow. Destroy, make your X2 redondo, and then make your 4 count. The first 3 are super easy for all I can see you. So let's do the harder stuff and get more reps on that. That was great. Okay, destroy the hand, redondo to the X. Make your 4 count. Nice. Okay, we're going to do the kilot. Remember, kilot. Flip to the 12, make the X. Ready? Destroy the hand. Flip to 12 o'clock, make the X. Go into your 4 count. Nice. And now we're going to work on our split the Hawaiian. Loop it, down the line, up the line, vertical redondo. Ready? Destroy the hand, loop it, down the line, up the line, vertical redondo, and 4 count. Nice. Okay. Let's do the same thing for those 4 only to the 5 count. And then we're ready for the very last thing. So X to redondo. Destroy X to the redondo, and a rep of your 5 count. Nice. Redondo to X. Destroy redondo to the X. Go right into your 5 count. Key lot. Remember again, flip to the 12 o'clock, make the X. Destroy, flip, X, 5 count. Nice. Split the Hawaiian. Loop it, down the line, up the line, vertical redondo. Ready? Destroy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count. Good. All right. And there's only one more thing, and then we're done with this whole family of drills. And you all got enough reps to work on it. And this part, you don't need anybody. You practice this all by yourself. So you don't need a partner. You can get all this, and anybody watching, you can get this, all of this entire series. You don't need a partner, okay? And you don't need equipment, okay? It's a rolled up newspaper and a pen, right? Or I mean, as much as I dislike it, you can go here, backhand, right? Here's my 4 count. Backhand, here's my 5 count. I mean, it's a little awkward, but it's doable. If you really want to do it, it's doable. What did you grab, Rob? Did you grab some kind of other gear or something? Oh, cool. Yes, like soft sticks. Yeah, fantastic. That's great. Okay. All right. So let's finish this, everybody. Okay. So go to this position. I'm not introducing anything new. We're going to do all 7, and I'll do it slow enough so that everybody can do it with me. Okay? So to give you a preview, and some of you might be like, yeah, all right, no problem. Everything we did to the 4 count, to the 5 count. So destroy, 4 count, 5 count. That's it. Destroy, make the X, 4 count, 5 count. Nice. Destroy redondo, 4 count, 5 count. Nice. Destroy X to redondo. To your 4 count. To your 5 count. Good. Redondo to the X. Destroy. Redondo to the X. To the 4 count. To the 5 count. It's only 2 more. You already did 5/7 of them. Key lot. Remember, flip to 12 o'clock to X. Destroy. 1, 2, 3 beats of key lot into the 4 count, into the 5 count. Split the Hawaiian. I'll do it slow enough so we can all do it together. Destroy, bring it back, loop it, down the line, up the line, vertical redondo, go into your 4 count, go into your 5 count. Really nice. Everybody, really nice work. 7 variables. If you want to do them in the air, you can. If you want to take a breather for a moment, that's fine too. I'm just demoing them more for the sake of the video. Just the destruction to the X, destruction to the redondo, destruction x to the redondo, destruction redondo to the x, destruction to kilot, destruction to split the Kawayan. So seven backhand series variables, 3 modalities, all 7 of those to just the 4 count, all 7 of those to just the 5 count, all 7 of those to the 4 count, to the 5 count. And everybody who's participating, again, I'm not being passive aggressive, with your video turned on, look great. The secret, with air quotes around the word secret, come back to home base before starting the next part. So even if I'm just doing destroy to 4 count, destroy home base for a split second to my 4 count. If I'm doing the hardest one, destroy to split the Kawayan to the 4 count, to the 5 count. Destroy home base for a split second. Split the Kawayan for a pause for a split second. 4 count. Home base for a split second. 5 count. And I stop where I finish. Okay. Again, I always try to provide information on multiple levels, for multiple levels of practitioners and learners. Part of that is providing you instructor insights as well. When I first started teaching this was all one block in phase 1, because I didn't know how to break things down. And I didn't know, and this is going to sound very egotistical, and please don't take it that way, and because I expected everybody to learn like me. There's only 7 variables. It's like, we got the 7, right? We did them all, yeah? And there's only the 4 count, and there's only the 5 count, and there's only the 4 count to the 5 count. So what's the problem? Like, that's, and I'm hyperbolizing a little bit, but I didn't have enough time in being the instructor to be like, no, I gotta break that down for people and kind of meet them where they're at. Okay, so I want to add to this, and this is something you definitely can work on solo, but if you have a partner, this is good to do with a partner. So the first thing would be, Rob and Karen, you would face each other. When you do beat 1, your sticks would make light contact. You would do beat 2 in the air and not make contact. 3, your sticks make contact. 4, the back of your wrists. And then you step back and hit, and that's how you do it partnered. So that's the 5 count partnered for everybody, for the sake of everybody. 1, and then, I'm going to have you all I'm going to pin your video here, okay? So let me have the 2 of you just keep doing that pace. Don't change a thing, because that's great. This way, everybody watching, okay? And, how do you do that if you don't have a partner? Well, you don't. You do the 5 count in the air. And then by getting the 5 count down, when you do finally have access to a partner, learning this, as long as the other person knows the 5 count, should be easier than having had no training. Okay, time, good. So now the same modality, but just watch, let me go back to this. Okay, so the same modality, but you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 count, 2, 3. Everything's the same up to beat 4, but then beat 5, you go low with the dagger. And then everything's the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have a partner, yep, I'm gonna go, and if you're solo, you're doing it in the air. If you have a partner, you are performing it with your partner. So I'm just gonna let that play out. Everybody just continue to, if you're by yourself, just do it in the air. Everything's the same except after beat 4, you go low with the dagger, low with the short weapon. Good. Good. Nice. One more rep, please. Okay, time. Really nice. Good, good, good. So, and then the 7 count, you might already guessed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So dagger goes high, low, high, low, high. Or short weapon, I should say, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can do that in the, if you don't have a partner, do it in the air. If you don't have a partner, do all 3 in the air. 5 count, 6 count, 7 count. Nice. Okay. Okay, time. And now, Rob and Karen, can you real quick, can you do just the 5 count partnered? So do all 3 for me in order. 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 count. 2, 3. Good. 7 count, please. Very nice. Okay. So, and then we're going to look at one more drill, and I'm going to stay long and short the whole time with this. And so for the benefit, again, this is the cool part about this, is having people that have been training with me at a distance that will remain distance students, is I can jump back and forth to the different views on the recording and show you how we work on this as an organization through technology and what it would look like in the ideal circumstances. So 3 count sombrata. And Rob and Karen, I already know you know it, but hang on until, let me have you partner it at a strategic moment, okay? So I like to start everybody, and this would be if we were training live too, I like to start everybody this way. So right hand roof block, check with the dagger, and return an angle 1, which is a 4-hand diagonal, and just kind of freeze it out there. So roof and check, and then just kind of freeze that angle 1 out there. Okay, is this, when we really get this, is going to be more like a 2-person kata or 2-person form right now than like a crazy combative drill. So again, that's the first tool. Roof and check, return the angle 1. That's the first tool. Okay. Second tool. So both weapons up. Okay. Long weapon passes from the right to the left side of your body. You check over your stick hand with your short weapon, and then you return this angle 4 as this flat backhand horizontal. And again, we're going to freeze it for the purpose. We're not going to go all the way through right now for the purposes of learning the drill. So this is inside deflect to check. Return that angle 4, that backhand horizontal. Okay, so again, inside deflect to check, and then return that angle 4. Okay, very nice. So first tool, roof block, return that angle 1, 4-hand diagonal. Second tool, inside deflect and check, return that backhand horizontal. Good. Last tool, simultaneous drop stick and check. So I'm doing it a little higher so my hands stay in the frame, but just literally like that. Drop stick and check, and then return this vertical over the top shot. Very nice. Drop stick check, simultaneous, return that over the top. That's the third and final tool. Drop stick check. Return that over the top. Beautiful. One more rep, please. Drop stick check over the top. And then one more rep, please, of all three tools. Roof block check. Return the angle 1. Inside deflect and check. And then return this angle 4. Backhand horizontal. Drop stick check. And then feed this over the top. Okay, so I'm going to describe this one time, and then I'll have Rob and Karen actually demo it, and then we'll all do it through the technology the way we train it as an organization at a distance, and then that'll be our class. So you have to imagine that every 3 tools, roof, inside deflect, drop stick, the roles change. So let's say B is going to start by giving that overhead shot that we were practicing. A is going to roof block and check and return that angle 1. The other person, who is B, is going to inside deflect that angle 1 and check and return that angle 4. The person who was A is going to drop stick check and return that overhead. And in that moment, A becomes B and B becomes A. And you do this in an infinite loop until time is called. So Rob and Karen, if you would please, I'm going to pin your video. Could you just slow and smooth just cycle through 3 count sombrata with the stick and dagger? That's it. I love that pacing, because this way people can actually see what the drill is. So I'm going to kind of narrate as you're doing it, and if there's lag, just keep doing what you're doing and ignore me. Okay, so Karen roofs, Rob inside deflects, Karen drop sticks. Now we switch. Rob roofs, Karen inside deflects, Rob drop sticks. Karen's A, Rob's B, Karen's A, but they already switched again. Rob's A, Karen is B, and Rob's A. They switched again already. Roof, inside deflect, drop stick, roof, inside deflect, drop stick. Very nice. Okay, time. That was great. Thank you both. The way that we do that through the technology is I'm your partner. So you face the camera. And of course, you know, I'm not delusional. We can't make actual physical contact with our weapons. That'd be trippy if we could, huh? But we can't. So we simulate it, all right? So I want all of you, I'm your partner for all of you. I'm your feeder, okay? I want you to just have your stick down like this, your long weapon. Okay, so you roof and check, and you return that angle 1, that forehand diagonal. I would inside deflect and check your weapon. You would drop stick. And then you'd return that overhead shot. And now it's my roof. I'm setting you up at the angle 1. You would inside deflect and check and return that horizontal. And then I would drop stick on that horizontal. Then we'd start the whole thing over. It's your roof. It's my inside deflect off of your angle 1. And then it's your drop stick. And then it's my roof off of your overhead. It's your inside deflect. And then it's my drop stick off your horizontal. And then one more cycle. Your roof, my inside deflect, your drop stick, my roof, your inside deflect, and my drop stick. There we go. Okay? So again, not as good, I will stipulate to that, not as good as face-to-face feeling the energy, but so much better than no training at all. Because on my end, that was super cool. Because watching the 3 of you respond, that's contemporary training through technology while we're all staying at home in the interest of the public health. So that was really neat. You can put your weapons down. Again, super fast, and then we're going to check out stick fighting workshop tomorrow. and it's $20 for 2 hours. The information on how to sign up is all over the place. If you want to sign up and you haven't yet, get in touch with me and I will set you up. It's going to be a lot of fun. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and so on. And then our final session, public complimentary sessions, this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. To formalize your training relationship with me and continue classes, please go to Stoops, OMALC. Regardless, though, I'm so grateful, like always, that you would give me your time, however many hours you were on for, and teaching the 100 hours over these last, again, I think with a couple of breaks, it was about 18 weeks, has been a great joy for me and kept me very sane. So thank you for everybody who watched or attended. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. All right, thanks everybody. I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm kind of exhausted, so I'll see you all on Saturday, hopefully. All right, take care.